Hello, and thank you for tuning into Finance Wize, the show that empowers you to make informed decisions about your money. I'm Dantakos Jimmy Milani, and in today's episode, we'll be discussing saving. Saving is the most practical way and often the very first step that you can take today in the road to achieving your financial goals and aspirations in the future. Some of us already try to put something aside each month, while others are still contemplating the available savings options. But either way, most of us wish we could do more with regards to savings. In today's episode, we will discuss the practice of saving in detail, learn easy ways to make saving a part of your business and private life, and talk to some institutions that specialize in creating affordable savings options in the Namibian market. Today's episode on saving is sponsored by the Financial Literacy Initiative. The Financial Literacy Initiative was officially launched in March 2012 in order to improve financial education and consumer protection for all Namibians and comprises more than 30 platform partner institutions from the public, private, and civil society. It was initiated by the Ministry of Finance in cooperation with Wize, the German Development Corporation. This not-for-profit platform promotes the idea that by receiving financial education, one gains knowledge and wisdom to make informed decisions about managing money. Now let's see what ordinary Namibians on the streets have to say about saving.
Savings is practically putting money aside. Like say for instance, a certain percentage of your salary you put aside, saving it for some sort of future, something that you intend on buying or yeah.
Well, savings is when you put money aside for provision for whatever you may want in the future, yeah.
Well, savings is just putting money aside so you can use it at a later stage in difficult situations.
Why is it important to save?
Oh, it's always you always have a rainy day, like emergencies.
Yeah.
You need a standby.
It's very important because these days there are you get just accidents, so you have like to save money, to have money in account so that you can take them, so that you can use that money.
It's important because basically we have some big things actually. Sometimes we have big items that we want to buy as individuals, so we have to save in order to able to manage that to buy it at the yeah.
How do you save your money?
I save money via the bank.
I usually have my two bank accounts. Whenever I get some money on the other account, then I transfer them to the other account, and I have some like 32 days account so that I can save my money.
Okay. No, I don't like the way my mom used to save her money because she used to save her money under her blankets. Me, I used to save in the bank. Yeah.
What is a savings plan?
A saving plan, as I understand it, is a plan of saving your money, of keeping your money safe and plan it to what you are going to do with it in the future.
Not really. Maybe if I grow up one day I'll know what a saving plan, but I don't have any obligations right now, so yeah, savings is not in my criteria yet.
Not necessarily. What I'd understand savings plan is the strategy that you use to put away money.
It's maybe long-term planning.
Do you save money?
Yes,
How do you save your money?
I put it in my spare leg.
Okay.
Most of us already know at least a little bit about saving, but the next clip will give you some more detail on what exactly saving is and how we can all save more by making small changes to our lifestyle when it comes to money. Saving is putting away or storing money for future use. Saving is income not spent or deferred consumption. Methods of saving include putting money aside in a bank or pension plan. Saving also includes reducing expenditures such as recurring costs. In terms of personal finance, saving specifies low-risk preservation of money as in a deposit account. Investment is putting money into something with the expectation of a gain. Investment is closely related to saving. Within personal finance, the act of saving corresponds to the preservation of money for future use. A deposit account paying interest is typically used to hold money for future needs, such as an emergency fund to make a capital purchase such as a car, a house, or a vacation, or to give to someone else such as an education for one's children. In many instances, the terms savings and investments are used interchangeably. For example, many deposit accounts are labeled investment accounts by banks for marketing purposes. To help establish whether an asset is a savings or an investment, you should ask yourself, where is your money invested? If the answer is in cash, then it is a savings account. If it is a type of asset which can fluctuate in value, then it is an investment. Now that we know what saving is all about, we can look at some easy ways to start incorporating a saving culture into your life. Decide what you want to save for. Develop a savings plan and always put money aside at the beginning of each month. Save whatever you can afford. Shop around for the best prices. Save money that you do not need to spend. Decide where you will keep your savings. Choose a savings product that will pay you the best interest rate on your saving. Ask others how they save and discuss different savings options. If you are a businessman or woman, you are advised to save separately for business and private purposes. If you have two separate budgets and bank accounts for business and private finances, it will be much easier to reach your savings goals and grow your business. Remember, what really matters in saving money is not the amount you save, but developing a saving habit and keeping to it. There are many ways to save, including a bank or post office account, a pension scheme, and a savings club. However, all savings options have their benefits and their disadvantages. Therefore, it's always important to get all the information about a particular saving option before you commit to it. For example, when opening a savings account at a deposit institution, always ask what the fees and charges are on that particular account. Once you have this information, you can compare it for several different types of accounts at various institutions and find out which one is the best option for you. It's also important to know the level of interest the institution will offer you on your savings. Interest is a fee for the privilege of using borrowed money. If you borrow money, it comes at a cost. That cost is interest. Similarly, you can make investments that pay you interest. Your reward for making the investment is the interest that you will earn. The interest is usually expressed as an interest rate. An interest rate is a percentage of the borrowed money that the borrower has to pay as interest to the lender over the period of time, usually 1 year. Obviously, the higher the interest paid out to you, the better. However, it is important to deduct any fees and charges on the account from the interest rate in order to determine what will be left over. So always ask for the interest rate net of fees to determine how much you will really be earning on your money. There are also some additional terms and conditions attached to specific products. For example, with a 30-day account, you will need to provide the institution with 30 days notice before you can gain access to your money. However, the benefit of this is that you are forced to think about the decision to spend the money over those 30 days. Accounts with such stipulations often pay a higher interest rate than normal savings account which you can withdraw via your ATM. Bringing this information back to the everyday context, there are currently a number of institutions that offer various savings products in the Namibian market. We talked to some of these institutions, all of whom are platform partners of the Financial Literacy Initiative, to gain further insight into the saving solutions that they can offer. Congaland does not offer savings products, but I interviewed for this program as a financial expert on small businesses.
My name is Meki Heita. I'm the Manager of Investments and Risk at Congaland, and that is the office responsible for processing applications for our credit loans, and also the department responsible for coordinating our outreach programs as well as dealing with customer care issues. So that is where everything begins in Congaland. Congaland is a Namibian microfinance institution which is owned by Namibians and also run by Namibians. It's registered and regulated by NAMFISA, and we have been around since 2007, although our microfinance business, lending business started only in July 2010. But like I said, it's a Namibian microfinance institution. Some Namibians save and they have a good savings culture. They save regularly. However, many Namibians do not have a good savings culture. I've heard stories like excuses for saving, like people don't think that saving is for poor people, or it's only for those people who have money, rich people, so to say. But however, that is not true. Saving is for everybody. You can save the little money that you have, and saving is good for you. You need to save for tomorrow because you don't know what's going to happen. Life is full of surprises. There's floods. There's, anything can happen, sickness, death in the family. You need to save so that you can secure your future. Saving is very important to everyone, be it individuals and also businesses, more so for small businesses. We at Congaland always encourage saving because our customers, who are mainly SMEs, small, medium and micro enterprises, those are the customers that we are serving at the moment. And we encourage them to save because saving will not only help you to deal with any unexpected cost events that can happen to you or your business, because mind you, as a business owner, most entrepreneurs depend on their business income for a living, and the business is also sharing the same income to cover its operations cost. So in such a way, you need to save money which will enable you and your business to take care of unexpected costs that might come up anytime in future.
Yes, good day. My name is Dagmar Honsbein from the Namibia Business Innovation Center, and we are here today at the Innovation Village where we expose our people to innovation and entrepreneurship. The NBIC is a center which was set up in terms of the NDP3 in order to foster people's minds in terms of entrepreneurship and enterprise development and innovation. And what we are seeing here today, for example, is an example of how we treat special needs kids and how we actually put them into the mainstream of being part of business. Because art is also business, and of course special needs kids are also part of the community, and we foster really relations between everybody in Namibia, including those who have special needs. The savings behavior in Namibia on the macro level is very good. So if we consider how Namibians are saving in terms of insurance and in terms of bank accounts, in terms of savings accounts, actually Namibia is faring extremely well internationally. But when it comes to savings on a personal basis and the day-to-day needs, I think we need a lot of improvement here, and there are a lot of opportunities that can still be explored. But the issue is that we need to see how we help Namibians to save better in order to plan for the future. For the SME owner and for those who want to start a business, it is very, very important that the savings that you do on a personal basis are separate from the savings that you do for the company or for the company to be set up. If you have some personal savings and you have a plan to set up your own company, it is very important that you always put something aside, and that not only once in a while but on a continuous basis, and actually train yourself that you take off the savings first before you are actually putting them on a special account. So before you start with expenditure, first do your saving and then do your other expenditures. Because the important thing with starting a business is not to buy your big car first, but really to set up or to pay for the costs that you need for setting up your business. Instead of taking that big Range Rover that you have always dreamt of, rather wait with that one for 2 or 3 years, rather buy the delivery truck that actually gets your products to the customer. Well, it is like with buying a car or buying your piece of furniture. You go to the shop first, you get some quotations, you go and see what is on offer and whether it actually applies to your needs. But before you go to the shop, you would have sat down at home and checked what are your actual needs. You have made a list already. What is my need? What do I have? And how do I fulfill in the need? So with financial products it's the same, but most of the time Namibians go to one bank, they only look at the service offerings there and say, that's maybe okay, you know, I can just take this one without looking and comparing with other. So there are not only banks, also of course these days we have also microcredit facilitators. So you need to see what serves your purpose, but you first need to put down what is your purpose and what you have. And very often you would see that possibly by a small intervention, asking for a small loan or a specific bank account, you would have actually fulfilled in your own purpose, instead of taking maybe the big package that the bank has on offer, which costs you, instead of $10 a month, would cost you maybe $98 or $120 a month. So in that way you would also be saving by just looking and assessing your needs in a very a good manner and in a planned manner.
Even if you have a small income, you can save regularly using small amounts. This is one of the main messages of this program. Now that you have some first-hand information, you can get started with your savings plan. Remember that there is no time like the present to start saving for your future, and every single dollar counts. For additional information on the initiative or on savings, you can fetch one of these savings booklets or posters at the Ministry of Finance in Windhoek, or download the flea booklet on the website below. We have mentioned earlier that this episode is supported by the National Financial Literacy Initiative. The FLI has developed 2 street theatres which give tips on savings, budgeting and spending in a very entertaining yet still educational way. You can also refer to the FLI budget sheet in the booklet, which can be used by everybody. Please remember that the points made in this program are not meant to give you personal advice. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to saving. The point of this program is to give you a more tangible look at how a business person or individual might implement the ideas that we have discussed. There are many other alternatives out there. We strongly encourage you to explore all of them and see what works best for you. But for the average saver, the smart route includes putting money away regularly, keeping fees and charges down, and being in the market for the long term. Whatever you do, keep the principles that we've discussed in mind and never stop trying to learn more. This is Dantakos Jimmy Malani, encouraging you to get finance wise. See you next time.